innovations, 5 patents, and several prestigious awards, including the Best Paper Award at the AIMTDR Conference, Warangal, India, and a receiver of Foreign Travel Grant from CSIR. Sir is a respected person in the academic and research community. Sir has led the Amrita ISRO Soft Lunar Lander project, established key research and MISR labs, and continues to mentor students for the University Mars Rover Challenge held internationally. A pioneer in innovation and engineering education, Sir's work continues to inspire the next generation of engineers and researchers. Today, we are privileged to benefit Sir's vast knowledge, insights, and experiences. On behalf of the management and all present here, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request Shri Hariharan sir, Principal, Amrita Vidyalayam, Tirunelveli, to honor Dr. Ganesha Udupa ji as a token of gratitude. Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. Ganesha Udupa ji to take over.
Om Amriteshwariye Namaha. Vyayamo Dhavalavaguntanavatim Tejomai Naishtikim Snidha Pangavilokinim Bhagavatim Mandasmita Srimukim Vatsalyam Vrtavarshinim Sumaduram Sankirtana Lapinim Shamangi Madhusikta Suktim Amrita Nandatmikam Ishwarim. Om Amriteshwariye Namaha. So welcome to all teachers for the orientation. I think you are all exhausted. Hope the entire today from morning to this night. So I tell you something about Sir has suggested to tell some experiences with Amma and what Amma has played a role in my research work. So I think most of you know this education for about Amma. I think who about anybody has told about Amma, what is Amma is doing in the Amrita University? Who is Amma? Anybody knows? Who is Amma? Anybody knows about how many of you taken Amma's darshan? Oh, about some 25%, or maybe. So I suggest everybody should visit Amritapuri, or Amma visited last few months back, I think, Tamil Nadu tour. So I think you missed it, some of them. So if okay, you can go and visit Amma in Amritapuri. Amma is a chancellor as for university, and for others, Amma is a spiritual leader. So that is why Sir says to connecting Amma to the teachers. Sir has put me as invitation. How to connect Amma to the, for you as a connecting Amma, connecting to teachers. See, we have to learn so many things from Amma, but it is not possible to emulate Amma. Amma is doing lot of things, multidisciplinary role. That is not possible by just human being like us. Maybe we can excel in some field, one or two fields in your own field, but the role Amma is being played is very difficult. So Amma is, even though Amma studied only 4th standard, Amma is guiding even the scientists, doctors, engineers, and teachers. Everyone Amma is guiding there. That is what my understanding. For the last 20 years, I am in Amritapuri campus in the Amrita University, as she suggested, as a professor, and now Amma made me as a dean of emerging energy technology. So I used to go to Amma to learn many things, even though I get any doubt in doing research work. I ask Amma, Amma will give short ideas. Do like this, do like this. I take students also to Amma. So if you have any doubts in your field of education or in your teaching, you can ask Amma also if you have any doubt. So this is told in Bhagavad Gita also. Those Mahatmas, once they realized, they know everything about the universe. That is, we do not know, because the Jnanis know everything. What is happening, what is the secret of the universe. It is why I asked Amma, I have come to you. Is it okay? I have come and joined ashram. Is it required to do again sadhana? I asked Amma. Amma said, so you have come to Amma, but have you reached inside Amma? That means Amma is there in a Guru principle is there. You can say as Amma or God or whatever, Guru principle. That is inside us. So have you reached that? Means have you understand yourself? That is what Amma is questioning me. If you see me in all, or if you see God in all, then there is no need of further sadhana, Amma said. So we have to first know ourselves. That is what Amma was telling. So that is one thing. Let us put this slide so that let it be continuity what I speak. The Amma and my experience, the first slide. Yeah. So, as I said, Amma is mother of all. So, anybody can be a mother, but the one thing you can see here is mother is a first guru. So, as soon as the child is born, mother is a first guru. So, here, Amma motherhood is not just nothing to do with the bearing of the child, because but to serve with love, compassion and selflessness. So this is when you see everybody as your own children, it is difficult for all mothers, because I asked Amma once, Amma, can you I asked how is it possible to give darshan for 18-20 hours? Amma gives. If you go to any North Indian tour or South Indian tour, Amma sits from evening till morning. In Udupi I went, Amma started darshan. She came in the afternoon, morning, 11 o'clock, and she got up at 10 a.m. in the next day early morning. Means some bhajans were there, and she came for 11 o'clock, she does bhajan, and then satsang, everything. Then the darshan starts immediately after that, maybe around 1 or 1:30, something like that. So still she was there till 10 a.m. So that was how possible, 22, 23 hours she sat on that day. So how is it possible to sit? Anybody? Any ordinary human being, it's very impossible. Even I asked one lady, I went to US, can you give some break for Amma for 1 hour at least to give darshan? So some few ladies were there. It's impossible, they said. So it is impossible for ordinary being to sit so many hours to give hugging darshan and hearing the problems of people coming to Amma. It's very impossible, because left side people are asking, right side people are asking, front side people are asking Amma. So that is the difference between this ordinary mother, means our father, whoever, maybe ordinary human being, to Amma. So Amma is giving, tirelessly working. So she has offered every thought and deed to the benefit of others. So that is why I asked Amma, Amma, may I know who are you? So So she said, if you know yourself, you will come to know about me. That means there is no difference between Atma level. That is what Amma was hinting. If we know ourselves, because we do not know ourselves, we were only seeing externally, external objects, external people, we are talking each other, but we do not know ourselves only so far. I don't know this how many lifetimes this is happening, so we are missing. In every lifetime, we are missing this point, because we do not know ourselves and we are studying so many things. Madam has introduced me. I learned some robotics. I did that project, this project. Everybody is doing so many projects in their life. But one point we are missing is we do not understanding ourselves. That is the important thing in the life. Amma was telling that if you know yourself, you will come to know about me. So that is the trick here. How to know ourselves, that you have to practice so much of sadhana. So that I think people are here, Swamijis are here, they will tell you how to know yourself better than me. So Swami also, tomorrow also Swamiji is speaking. So this is, I asked one small girl, that girl explained very beautifully, one 6-year-old girl, when I visited US Amma's tour. So usually I went to some 10 to 12 times with Amma to US tour. One girl was telling, she came for, we used to do some seva there, some mantras, to take mantra from Amma for chanting. This Guru mantra is very important. If you are not taken, you can go to Amritapuri and take mantra from Amma if you are interested. So this girl came to me, I want to take mantra from Amma. Then I asked her, usually we ask which mantra you want. Means Ishta Devata. You want Ganapati mantra or Devi mantra or Shiva mantra or Krishna mantra. Then she said, I want Amma mantra. That girl said, I want Amma mantra. Then I was surprised, why you don't want any god or goddesses mantra? No, Amma. In Amma, all god and goddesses are there. See, that 6-year girl understood about Amma and explaining to me. So all god and goddesses are in Amma, I only want Amma mantra. So that is how the people see Amma as a Devi, or some people see as Krishna, or some people see as Kali, whatever. This is up to their perception. So Amma says all and God and goddesses are one only. Because forms are different, God is one. Amma used to say that is the basic substratum. God is the consciousness. From there different forms are coming out. So that is one of the thing, and everybody see as Amma as a humanitarian leader, spiritual master or guru, or for those who want spiritual upliftment or spiritual seeking. And that is the goal of life. What is the goal of life? Anybody knows? The spiritual speakers means they go for fulfilling their life. What is the goal of life? Anybody knows? What is your goal of life? And usually when I go to the classroom, I ask some students, previous what I taught, I'll ask 1 or 2 questions to the students, whether they have understood or not. You also have to go ask students. When you go to the classroom, after teaching this last day, whatever you taught in the previous day, you have to ask 1 or 2 questions. Since you have grown up now, you must have known what is your goal of life. Correct? There are, anyone can tell what is the goal of life? There are material goal of life is also there. But in spiritual sense, I think just I mentioned, only I mentioned in spiritual goal of life, but material goal of life, there are 2 things Amma says. That is education for living, education for life. Correct? You know that our Amrita in Amrita University, both are important. Education for living and education for life. If you don't have education for life, there is no use in education for just living. You understood the point? Simply education for living doesn't serve the purpose of a human being. You need education for life also. Then only I think the Bala sir said something about this morning. He didn't tell about education for life and education for living. So Amma points out this education for living is, education for life is spiritual goal. Education for life, living is for our material purpose. One has to earn money, one has to lead the life, one has to take care of parents. That is education for living. Education for life is, one has to understand the life. That means any challenges comes in life, one has to face. That you have to tell to the students. Students, suddenly some students I have seen, I have heard also, marks is less in the class, examination, suddenly they take extreme steps. This commit suicide. I have heard, I have read in the newspaper and many things, students. So when you are going to the classroom, you have to teach this. What is that? Education for life also you have to teach. So in 5-10 minutes you teach about Bhagavad Gita, what is the purpose of life. To give them confidence, you have to build confidence in them. Not just telling about all the things, you tell that important, but this also in 5 minutes, at least one shloka from the Bhagavad Gita, it is very, very important. Because when we were there, Bhagavad Gita was not taught in the classroom, colleges. When we were studying, means when I was studying, maybe I born in 65, so till 10th standard, nobody was teaching Bhagavad Gita in the class. Only, I think when I come to degree, I came to know someone gave a talk on Bhagavad Gita, I attended like that. Now I think in all Amrita Vidyalaya, Bhagavad Gita is taught, right sir? Everybody knows about Bhagavad Gita, that is very important. But I heard many people knows all Bhagavad Gita chapters also they recite. But one thing is important is one should understand the Bhagavad Gita and implement it. Amma also says same thing. You are just not reading the Bhagavad Gita, you have to understand the Bhagavad Gita and also implement possible, as much as possible, even 1% or 10%, whatever possible, you have to practice in your day-to-day life. That is why Amma every day after the bhajan or middle of the bhajan or before the bhajan, Amma asks small children, tell one sloka, and then Amma asks the children, tell the sloka and then the meaning of the Bhagavad Gita sloka. Amma every day does this. You might have seen, how many have seen this? 1 or 2? No. So you can see when you come to Amritapuri, Amma asks this. So that is why the goal of life is one to know. That is what Amma asked me. First day when I came to ashram, I want self-realization. I asked Amma. When I asked, I want to know about yourself. That is why Amma says, first you know yourself. That is the goal of life. Important goal of life. We have missed for time immemorial. So many births have happened, but we do not know. So we are missing that. That is why we have to every lifetime we have to understand, expand ourselves and come to that point finally. That who we are, we have to find out. That is the important goal of life, or the self-realization. I think somebody was asking me in the last time I came here, what is self-realization? Next. So that I don't want to take much time on this. I was telling about education for living, that is winning the, learning the bread and butter. Education for life is to know oneself, to face the challenges. You have to teach the students how to face the challenges. If anything is there, you have to tell them these are all temporary, because this entire thing, world is temporary. Even though Shankaracharya said, Advaita philosophy, that is Brahman Satya Jagan Mithya. Mithya means it is not false. Amma said, I asked Amma. Mithya means it is not false. Mithya means the world is existing and it is changing, Amma said. Marikonde irkano. In Malayalam, Amma says, it is always changing. So you actually say, you can observe in the world. It's always changing. World is always changing. Technology is changing. So many things are changing. So that is how the world is still existing, but it is temporary. Krishna says, Ashashvatam Dukkalayam in Bhagavad Gita. This world is Ashashvatam means temporary. Dukkalayam means the sorrow, full of sorrow or misery. So that is why spiritual education is very important for the students in the schools or colleges. Bhagavad Gita should be taught and to grow up free from the worldly bondages and miseries. You have to see that Bhagavad Gita says that these are all changing. One day you become happy, next day becomes sorrow comes. Again happiness comes, sorrow comes. This is called the temporary going on like this. But the permanent happiness is within us, Amma says. That we have to find out. We are always seeing on the external side. Sometimes you sit in the meditation, do bhajan. I heard bhajan. That is very important. Amma says, do bhajan, meditation, do japa, do dhyanam, archana. All these are part of the life because it will find out. Finally, we will come to know who we are. That is very important. That is why we have to get out of this, the cycle of birth and death. This is very important to know ourselves. Otherwise, we are again repeating birth after birth after birth, which we do not want. Next, there are two approaches in this, science approach and spiritual approach, to find out who we are, who God is, who we are, who God is, why we have taken birth. There are two approaches. One is scientific approach, like me. Someone was telling about I did that project, this project, Chandrayaan. So all these are the science approach. Whether we can find out God? No. Because there are billions of galaxies are there, millions, trillions of stars are there, or so many trillions of planets are there, so many things we cannot reach there. Above that, the spiritual planet is there. As per if you study in Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, spiritual planet is still beyond these galaxies. There are Milky Way galaxies, we are there. Beyond that, there are billions of galaxies. If you go beyond, then only we can reach the spiritual planet. In Bhagavad Gita, it says, I think, chapter 8, I think, 20th sloka or something. You can see that three-fourths of people in spiritual planet, only one third, I think, here in material planet. And three-fourths people and one-fourth people are here, three-fourths people are there. Means 75% of people are already in spiritual planet. Only 25% people are in this in the earthly planet or in the world. Maybe you can see one more recently the NASA found out one more Earth, super Earth. Maybe the life is there. They are telling that we do not know. So in the entire the universe, what I say in all the 14 planetary systems. So the 1/4 people are there as per Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita is the truth, because God spoke directly. That is what you have to take from that, because you cannot take some other things, because it is the 100% true. So spiritual approach by meditation, japa, bhajan, all these things are spiritual approach. So another thing is, for you have to teach the students, the effort and grace both are required for success. Amma always says this, that is effort, one has to do the effort, and the kripa, God's grace, both are required. Without that we cannot get the success. Means you need success, means wholehearted effort is required. Education, that is EKG, success equal to, I put it as that E, K and G. G for grace, K for knowledge, E for effort. So knowledge means acquire some knowledge. You cannot go to the class without learning. First you have to read the books, you have to understand, then only you can go to the class. So you need knowledge also, you need effort also, and you need the kripa also to deliver the lecture. Because Amma says that even this body, if you open our mouth, to close also need a kripa. Means close the mouth. See, we do, sometimes you open the mouth, right? So to close also we need the grace. So that is why for every work or every action we need a effort, and also we need a grace. So if somebody asked Thomas Alva Edison, you know what he invented? Thomas Alva? Bulb, right? electric bulb. So somebody asked, you have, he did some 2000 experiments to invent bulb. Somebody said you failed 1999 times. Then he said, no, it is not, it is my effort only, it is a stepping stone for success, he said. Thomas Alva Edison. 2000 experiments I did, it's only a process to achieve the final result. So that is how the people have to do. And Arjuna also told him to fight in the battlefield and without having any ego. He just told him to fight as an instrument in his hand because he doesn't want to fight. Because God doesn't like, if you simply sit, this is a laziness. Amma also says, don't simply sit. Either do some self-service or read some books, either your classroom books or spiritual books, whatever. So simply don't sit, Amma said. Amma doesn't like simply sitting anybody. So Amma says, shows that to all of us. Is it possible to sit for 23 hours? Amma sleeps only 1 hour a day. And also Amma takes only one time food. That little kanji or something like that. So she always do service for the others all the time. So that is how the Krishna says to Arjuna, don't expect the result. That you know, right? Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbur ma te sangosva karmani. So that is why he says that it is very important you should teach this sloka to the students. Why? Because you have to concentrate on the work there, studies there. You have to tell that when you are studying, you study. When you are eating the food, you eat the food. Or when you are playing, you play properly. That focus should be there. Amma also says that. Live in the present moment. That is connected to this sloka. Live in the present moment means, so at that present moment you have to do the work. Whatever you are doing, keep the focus on that. Result automatically comes. If you want to achieve a distinction or a first class, if the focus is on the study, so you will automatically get the result. And the last Chandrayaan 3 also, we see here, we also worked with Amma's guidance. I will tell you maybe today a little bit time is not there. Tomorrow some time sir is given. There I will tell you about what are the Amma guided some projects to me. And that Chandrayaan is one of the project Amma guided. So we went to Amma because first time we got this project from the ISRO. So we were not able to do some of the things. We wanted to ask Amma's guidance. Because some few colleges were also given. So we are also one among them. So, and how to design, we designed the Chandrayaan lander. Because the lander is very important part. After when it is launched, it has to go and land on the lunar surface, moon surface. So we asked Amma how to, the leg design we did, and the modeling, and also simulation. We created an environment in the computer and make it to land on the lunar surface without disturbing the top instruments. Because you should not topple when landing. If it topples, that's all. Everything will fail. So we did so much of work. Amma gave very important suggestions. Put a shock absorber in all the lengths. It's like a lander is a stool type. You can see the stool there. You are sitting now. How many legs are there? 4 legs are there. So similarly, we have to make one. Over that, rover will be there. Rover has, after landing, after the lander lands on that, lunar lander lands on the moon surface, rover comes down. But it should not be tilted and fall, then everything will gone. So there are each leg, there are 2 more supporting legs also there. So totally 4 into 3, 4 into 2. 4 into means 2 supporting for each leg, one means 3 legs. So 3 into 4 is how much? 12. So in 12 shock absorber you put, Amma said while designing shock absorbers. So that is how Amma given small hints there. While designing you put. Then Amma said how many engines you have to put. Amma said 4 engines you put. Means the one engine here, here. So 4 engines are required. Why engines are required in the lander? Anybody? Why not you can use parachute and keep the lander? Huh? No gravity. No gravity, correct, that is one point. There is no gravity there. Less, 1/6 of the gravity there compared to no gravity, you cannot say 1/6 of this. But one important point. Huh? Provide collision. You give some mic to them. Let them answer.
Avoid collision during landing.
Avoid collision during landing. Collision during landing, no, that you have to prevent it. Prevent it by this one. Because parachute also you can use and slowly you can bring it down. Parachute, people are falling now. You can see the people are falling from the parachute and they slowly come down and land on the surface. But we cannot use parachute in moon surface because we have to drop the support 1 ton, including the rover, lander. It is more than 1 ton kg, means 1000 kgs. 1 ton means. So we have to use a retro rocket there. It's called engines. We call 4 engines. We thought some suggested. I saw 5 engines. Somebody suggested. We were confused. Then we went and asked Amma, shall we use 5 engines for designing or 4 engines for designing? Confusion. Because 5 engines, some scientists said, let us use 1 more engine on the center of the stool. So usually the engines are made of shit. I think nobody got the point why parachute cannot be used in lunar surface. Because there is no air there. Important point is, parachute needs air. Without air, how can you use parachute? Air is required, right? There is no air in the lunar surface. Only that is why people are struggling to go to the moon. So many years, 50 years, NASA is trying to send man to the moon. So they are telling that, people are telling it is a hoax. America did not send, people are telling. There are so many reasons you can see in the internet, this YouTube and other the online. So that is what India is trying now in the Chandrayaan 4 or Chandrayaan 5, sending the man to moon. That is why America is worried, because if they been sent any person, there are cameras are there telling, they left there and came back to the earth. But we have to find out whether it's true or not. Only if somebody goes next and finding some other country goes, yes, America has achieved it, we can say. Though anyhow, these engines, 4 engines we have to use now, only to give a thrust. Because engine is burning and the gas is coming down, there is an upward thrust. I think you studied Newton's third law. I think everybody knows, right, teachers? For every reaction, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So when this is coming down, because of the fuel burning, there is a lift generated, effort or the force, upward force will be generated. They are controlling it slowly so that by burning the engine, 4 engines, it will come down slowly and soft land on the lunar surface. We cannot use parachute, but they used parachute in the Mars. How? They don't need an engine there. What is the reason in Mars? Mars, there is a carbon dioxide. 98% is carbon dioxide in Mars. That is why now Elon Musk one is there, he is trying now from America. It's a private space agency, and that company is trying to send people to Mars. That is what is still is working on that. So he is planning 28 or 30, 2030 something he is planning. So there is a 98% of carbon dioxide. See, his idea is to grow the tree there. Tree can be grown very easily if water is there in Mars. So they are also found water is there in Mars. So if they grow the trees, what happens? Trees take the carbon dioxide and releases oxygen, so man can live. That is their idea. Because in the lunar surface, there is no air. They have to first find out water. That is why in the Chandrayaan, I will tell you tomorrow all these things, because little bit about what is Chandrayaan and other things. So Amma said, coming to Amma, I asked a doubt whether to put 5. ISRO scientists are asking 5 engines. But we have to design whether with the 4 engines or 5 engines. So what Amma said, use only 4 engines. So we designed 4 engines, we told ISRO all the report, everything, we did the simulation. Amma said to test it in a lunar environment. See, Amma told we have a students group over there, and we have teachers, sorry, our colleague means our assistant professors are also there with me. So we did all these things as per this. And Amma said, you evacuate vacuum, see, air from the room. Why you have to evacuate air from the room? See, Amma knows all these things. There is no air there in the room, moon surface. So to create an environment, we close all the windows of the room, this room, and you have to drop test. Drop test means to hold it at some 10 meters, 20 meters, something, and drop it down. Means it should not break. It should land safely. Remember, we gave an, they were given, ISRO given us 3 meters. It should 3 meters height, at least it should not topple. Topple, you understood, no? So it should not topple at the height of 3 meters. That we tested it. Amma told you test it, evacuate the air from the room, make it a vacuum chamber, then test it. See that Amma studied 4th standard. Can you imagine all these little things Amma is telling us? So the students are also astonished to see this Amma is talking about all this. So we did all this test. What they did is ISRO people, finally they put 5 engines. What happened? Because of when it is coming at 6,000 kilometers per hour, when it is landing on the moon, so much high speed it is coming. So when it is landing and they applied the brake with a 5 engines brake, too much brake is applied. It's called a braking actually. Engines are used as braking this lander when it is coming at a very high speed. We have to give a brake to that, like a car is going, no? It is 6 times the speed of the aeroplane. 6,000 kilometers per hour means 6 times the speed of the aeroplane it is coming when it is landing on the lunar surface. So they used 5 engines braking. So what happened is it got tilted there in the air itself. They could not control it. So much brake is applied. Then they corrected this in the Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 2, you know, right? Everybody knows. The same thing was again sent to Chandrayaan 3, removing 5 engines by 4 engines. See, Amma predicted this before that. Then we also communicated, they put 5 engines and it has got crash landed. And then Chandrayaan 3, they replaced with 4 engines, then safely landed and it became a success. And everybody knows that Chandrayaan 3 became a success. So that was the story about Chandrayaan 3. Then that is, I already told Karmanyam Adhikaraste. Next, I think Sir has given me only another 15 minutes time is there. Effort is over. Some practice also you have to tell the students. What is practice? The effort, they have put the effort. Chandrayaan failed means you should not tell us. You should tell the students, if you fail in the exam, put one more effort. Take one more time and you will succeed. So you have to give confidence, build the confidence to the student. That is how many people have failed in the experimentation, and then they put the effort and they can get success. So again, practice is another thing. Lord also suggested in Bhagavad Gita, the practice. What is when you make a practice, you can achieve the success in the examination. And that is what, even in the life also, I will come to the point, you have to tell this to the students also. Because this is not the ultimate, you have to realize who you are, you have to know yourself also, you have to teach little bit spiritual to your students also. See, Krishna says, Antakalecha mameva smaran mukta kalevanam, ya prayati sa madbhavam yati nasti atra samshayaha. So, this is whoever at the end of the life, Krishna says, quits the body by remembering me, they will achieve my nature. They will attain my abode. There is no doubt. That is very important. Is it possible? See, you do everything, so much of things here in the material world. We say, do all the things, whatever. I am not telling anything. Do everything. But Krishna already told, at the time of death, I remember him and I go to his loka, spiritual planet, or his abode. So he explains his abode in Bhagavad Gita. How is his abode and all. You can read in Bhagavad Gita. So is it possible? It's impossible, correct? If you are not practicing it from beginning, that is why Amma suggests to do bhajan, do meditation, do some selfless service. These are all important to clean our mind and then come to God easily there. So that is why you have to practice this also in spiritual side also you have to practice, material side also you have to practice. Both is important. A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartina Arjuna Mamupetitu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. 18 Bhagavad Gita 8.16, same chapter also, he says that the highest, the planet in the material world, from the lowest is the place of misery only. Brahma also lives only for 100 years. You know Brahma? Brahmadeva, Brahmaji. He is 100 years. We are also 100 years. You know that what is 100 years? One day of Brahma is how much? One day of Brahma means 12 hours equal to 1000 Mahayugas. It's written in Bhagavad Gita. And one Mahayuga is 4 Chaturyuga. So it is about one Brahmaji is I don't know, 1 lakh crore years or something is coming, trillions of years. Brahmaji's life, 330 trillions of years. So much years we cannot count here in the material planet. So much year is there. Even though after that another Brahma will come because of the 100 years of this Brahma, another Brahma. So this is happening. We do not know. Time immemorial, this is happening. The one loka next this one. This we don't want to discuss so much of this. So for that, at the time of death, if you want to remember God, so you have to practice from the beginning. At the time of death, we cannot remember God. Because Amma tells one story. 4 people were there for a father, 4 children. They left at the time of death, father was on the bed. All the 4 children came to see him. They left his property. It was what's her name? He is running one shop. Father was running a shop, big shop, and he had 4 children, and he assigned work to take care of different departments in that. All they came. Oh, all of you came and he left. What was his thought? His thought was in the shop. So all left. What happened to my shop like that? He was afraid of that. Then again he took birth as some animal to protect it or something. So the thought is very important. The time of death, remembrance of God is very important. So you have to tell the students that, so you should develop some good qualities like samskruti, share and with others. Vikruti means grab from others, and prakriti means only. Vikruti means grab from others. Some people only grabbing from others. That is Vikruti Samskruti. Vikruti quality. Samskruti is share with others. You can tell the student if he has 2 pens, you can share with 1 pen with other in case he has not forgotten to bring that. And Prakriti is only taking. We should not be like this. And we should also we should develop Samskruti. Prakriti qualities are only taking, not giving to anybody. And this goal of life, I told you already, means no time is there. I will just script this. We need Shraddha and Bhakti and Vishwas. Always Amma tells this, to develop these 3 qualities. Shraddha means awareness, alertness in your action. And Bhakti is, it is very important. If you have Shraddha, then you can understand what is God or what is Guru. If you are studying any subject, you can understand clearly if you have Shraddha in that. Alertness and awareness or faith in that. Then if you have a Shraddha, then only you can know about God or Guru or any subject. And then if you have that, if you know God, then only you can love God or any Guru. If what Guru is doing, you have to see, or what God is doing, How to know that? By studying Bhagavad Gita, or so many scriptures are there in Hindu philosophy. From that you can understand about the God. From that you can develop the devotion to God. And then we can develop the trust. Say, between Shraddha and Bhakti, we need a Guru. Without Guru, we cannot surrender to God. Because we have to develop the Vishwas and trust only when you know about how to detach the mind from the worldly desires and attach to God, and what are the ways of reaching God. Guru will tell you whether you need Bhakti Yoga, or Jnana Yoga, or Karma Yoga. I asked Amma which method is important to reach God. Amma said all three are required. What are the three? Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? Anybody give one mic? Anybody, let us see. Anybody knows about this Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga? Everybody has studied. How many of you studied Bhagavad Gita in your team? Only one. I think you have to study Bhagavad Gita. You only study Bhagavad Gita. Madam. Nobody has studied Bhagavad Gita? Sir, you have to teach them some Bhagavad Gita to them slowly. You have to take some class, Bhagavad Gita class. I think you are studying, no? Morning I heard Bhagavad Gita, everybody is practicing. But why you are not lifting your hand? At least you are studying Bhagavad Gita. So you have to tell, I am studying Bhagavad Gita. So what is Karma Yoga? Give this mic to the madam wants to tell. What is the difference between Karma and Karma Yoga?
Do your action without expecting the result.
That is
Karma Yoga.
do your action without expecting the result. Correct? Is it correct?
No, sir.
No.
It's not like that. It is nothing like do your duty, don't expectation. It's not like that actually. Karma is do the things as of my knowledge. I'm just telling the whether I know it's exactly the correct thing. Karma is do the thing what it has assigned to you. Do the thing what it has assigned to you.
What is?
It has assigned to you. ஒரு விஷயத்தை உனக்கு என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்களோ அந்த விஷயத்தை நம்ம செய்யணும் அப்படிங்கற
Do with focus, you are telling? Do the work with focus?
Do the work with
Or attention? Oh, that is?
Karma Yoga, sir.
Okay. There is some little difference is there. That is karma. Karma you are doing, everybody is doing karma. Whatever, without expectation or because you have to do for your daily life, living you have to do karma. Without action you cannot survive also. That is one thing. But when you do karma with remembrance of God, then it becomes Karma Yoga. You understood? The slight difference is there. Correct? That is what you are telling?
Yes, sir. Actually, remember the God. Whatever work we do, we should think of the God and do that. It comes Karma Yoga.
Correct. Thank you. Madam, correctly. Whenever you are doing, you offer everything to the God's lotus feet. I am doing this work for the God. Amma says, nothing is insignificant work. Whether you are cleaning the toilet and you just think that you are doing this seva as a service to God. Whatever, you cleaning the toilet or sweeping the floor, whatever is there, if you offer it as a service to God, it becomes Karma Yoga. Because you are doing it for a God. And whatever you are receiving, you accept as prasad. Amma says, as prasada buddhi. You accept it as whatever God has given, you accept it. And you don't worry about if God has not given also, we should not worry. It is up to the will of the God, you have to think. So that is what the karma and karma yoga. Remembrance of the God is very important, and keep your mind on focus on God and do the work. Some Amma says some story, because time is less. If time is there tomorrow, I will tell you about that. So why you have to surrender to God? Last point I put. Why you have to surrender to God? Anybody? I'll ask some question. At least you should understand and participate in this. He wants, give the mic there. Who wants to tell somebody? Why you have to surrender to God? Because Lord says, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam raja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masuchaha. Have you heard this in Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, sir.
Surrender all your egoistic activities. Abandon all your egoistic activities and just surrender to me. I will give you moksha. Moksha means what? Liberation. Cycle of birth and death, as I said in the beginning. We are going on this cycle of birth for millions of years without knowing who we are. And we have not surrendered to Krishna, our Lord, or any form of God. We have not surrendered so far. That is why you are taking birth and birth. So the surrendering means, what is why you have to surrender? One is that point, is to get the liberation. Cycle of birth and death, you have to surrender to God. Another thing is, God has created us. God has created us. Our duty is to serve Him. We are only servant to God, not as we are not the Lord here. Some people said, I am God, I am God. That is wrong understanding. We are not God here, we are a part of God. That is, so Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what is the shloka? I think I have written here. So, one shloka somewhere is comes. So, the need of Guru, when you go for understanding, we need the Guru. Guru means the ignorance, and Guru means destroying. And I think I have told all these things. So, one thing is we have to go to the Guru and get the knowledge of God. Tadviti pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshinaha. So try to learn from the Guru, because your students have to learn from you. And then only they will get the knowledge. Like that, for spiritual knowledge, you have to approach a spiritual master. You can take any of the Guru who has realized God. Please find out if it is possible by you, by their action, and find out and take the Guru mantra or knowledge and ask them. That is what the shloka says. Just try to approach the Guru and get the knowledge, and then do the service to the Guru. Then only the knowledge will come, who we are. That is very important, one of the shloka in Bhagavad Gita. So the Guru's grace is very important, and as also said, material energy is Maya is the, as said, world is just like energy. As I said, that Shankaracharya said, Jagat Brahman Satya, Jagat Mithya. So Jagat is not a Mithya, it is a temporary one. It is a material. And why we are not attracted to God? Anybody? Why we are not attracted to God? But we are attracted to so many things. Car, bungalow, and those material things. What is the problem?
Sir, we always think God as given the demand based on கடவுள்கிட்ட நான் இத பண்றேன் நான் நீ எனக்கு இத செஞ்சா நான் உனக்கு இத கொடுக்கிறேன் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி கடவுள் கிட்ட வந்து ஒரு டிமாண்ட் ஒரு பயத்தை இதுங்கிற மாதிரி நம்ம பண்ணுவோம் சார். அதாவது அட்டாச்மெண்ட் வந்து கொஞ்சம் அதாவது அதாவது கடவுள்கிட்ட வந்துட்டு நான் உனக்கு வந்து இந்த நெய்வேத்தியத்தை செஞ்சு கொடுக்குறேன், நான் கேட்கறது நீ வந்து எனக்கு செஞ்சு கொடு அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி கடவுள்கிட்ட வந்து ஒரு நெகோஷியேட் பண்ணி நம்ம அட்டாச்மெண்ட் வந்து கடவுள்கிட்ட வந்துட்டு இதை செஞ்சா அந்த அட்டாச்மெண்ட் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் கடவுள் நம்ம கேட்கறது செஞ்சாங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பா அந்த அட்டாச்மெண்ட் வந்து கிட்ட வந்துடும்.
Anybody tells in English, please transfer that. Oh. So if God gives, we are attracted to. That is what you are telling. If you pray, God gives to something to us, then we will attract. Otherwise, we will not.
And that is why if we ask anything to God, like give me this, give me that, and if God gives us, we will be attracted to the gods.
Oh, good.
For other things, that is what I am saying.
And this is actually the business.
Yes, sir, it will be like a business.
This is a business type. Here, business won't work here. In the spiritual world, business will not work. This is a material consciousness. Spiritual consciousness is different. So, why? Because important thing I have written here is mind. Our mind is important here. Mind and matters are both related same. Our mind is also a matter. Intelligence is also matter. Our senses are also matter. We have how many senses? 5 senses. Above the senses, the intelligence is there. Mind is there. Above the mind, intelligence is there. Above the intelligence, soul is sitting. So that is related to in Bhagavad Gita as Ashwa. 5 Ashwas or Character. I think you have read that. So that is mind is related to matter. That is why mind always goes to the matter, not to the God. So you have to bring the mind back to the God. That is the struggle. Practice it. Daily practice. Do meditation, japa, dhyana. Bring the mind back to God. So slowly, after practice so many years, it will attach to God. Not in one day. Mamevaisha Mevamso Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana Manasastani Indriyani Prakritistani Karshati. 2 minutes, sir. Sir, time is getting up. The living entities in this world are my eternal fragment parts. So the goal of life, I think tomorrow I will tell you a little bit about the time is left here. Sir, I have to keep up the time. Few questions I asked Amma, I will tell you. Why God created us? I asked Amma. What is Amma said? You created yourself, Amma said. God did not create. God has created this creation. But who is the cause for our creation? Our mind alone. Mind is the cause of our creation. Your mind is the cause of your creation. Stillness of the mind reveals all secret of the universe, Amma said. So then, where is Atma, soul goes after death? I asked Amma. So Amma said, Atma stays at different, I said, temporary lokas, so many lokas are there, and comes back to earth according to its desires or vasanas. If you have a desire, as I said one story, father came back again, took birth. Some 6-year boy telling about his previous birth. So many stories are there. So, because of your desires is not fulfilled, again you have to come back and stay maybe something. The Bhagavad Gita shloka also says, you will be staying in some other lokas, you will reap the benefits and again come back. Amma also sings some bhajans based on this. And once you reach, Amma said, liberated souls who have achieved the understanding of who we are, they reach the permanent Brahman or Atma lokas. So, natad basete suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yadgatva nivartante taddama paramamma, Bhagavad Gita. Once you reach my planet, you will not come back. Lord says, it is neither by the illumined by the sun, moon or fire. And one more devotee asked, why are you not giving self-realization? He asked Amma. In US, actually, when I went there, one devotee asked, why are you not giving self-realization? Immediate, he wants. Amma said, detach from worldly pleasure, vasanas, and come to me even mentally, if not physically. You understood this? You don't need to leave everything. Can you leave everything? Amma asked. He said he cannot leave. Job, wife, or children, or whatever. He cannot leave and come. At least can you come with your mind, mentally, without physically. You do all the work, but mind should be on God. That is very important. That is why Amma says Karma Yoga. Mind should be always on the God, then only you can get the realization. And the last one question about sadhana. Do I need to do sadhana after reaching Amma? I asked Amma. That is why Amma already, I told this. Have you reached inside Amma? I asked. Amma asked me. So if you see me in all living beings, then there is no need of sadhana, Amma said. Means, when you approach everybody, you are all Atmas only. But you have to see as Atma, not as a person. That state you have to achieve. As a God or a Guru or your Dev, whatever your Ishta Devata you can see. Whenever you see another person, you see as Ishta Devata and bow down. So bow down means you can mentally pray. So that is what one has to reach to the status. That is what Krishna says. This sloka, I think this sloka, 6.30. Some experiences I wanted to tell. Time is up. Tomorrow sir is giving us, sir. Some time is there. I will continue that, some experiences, and I will, I think time is up, I think from morning to night, morning to evening, you are all attending so many sessions. I think I am very happy that you are still keeping his enthusiasm to this from morning 9 to 8. It is a very good, and I think you are all, what we call, you are eligible to become a teacher. Correct, sir? You are all eligible to become teacher because so much of patience is there in you. But this is what Amma says. Patience is very important. See how much Amma is patient. 18 hours, 20 hours sitting is not possible by any ordinary man without any patience. Amma has 100% patience. So she is listening all the problems. Like that, you have to listen your students' problems. Every day you have to listen, give guidance to them without any showing any, this one, what? Angriness or any emotions to them. So with lovingly you have to tackle the problems. I think this much is enough today. Tomorrow I will little bit start giving some more time. I will discuss some more some experiences I want to tell. Time is up. I will continue that and finish that. Thank you. Om Amriteshwari Namah.
Thank you, Ji, for sharing your beautiful experiences with Amma, which made us feel a deeper connection with the Divine Sadguru. Your valuable insights, experiences, and the information you shared were truly remarkable. Once again, our heartfelt gratitude to you, Ji. Thank you, Ji. Teachers, now we shall go for our dinner and assemble back at 8:45.